Well, Steven Spielberg reckons that 50% of the entertainment value of a movie comes from the score. And you know what? He's probably right. I mean, imagine Jaws without duh-duh-duh-duh-duh-duh. Now, does the same thing apply to games? Well, would Mario really be as super without... And come on, would you really be bothered about finishing the fight without... Thought not. Well, tonight at London's Royal Festival Hall, video games gets its moment in the spotlight. So all together now, a 1, 2.
It's 35 years since Pong. In that time, gaming has come full circle, with the big winner at this year's Gaming BAFTAs and the breakthrough mainstream success story of the past year being, well, essentially a reworked version of Atari's Bat and Ball classic. Yet, as long as gaming is the new rock and roll, it will be forced to defend and explain itself in public for nothing more than exploring its creative boundaries. Which brings us to Video Games Live. Organisers and games composers Tommy Tallarico and Jack Wall realise it's annoying to be constantly sneered at and patronised by non-believers. How many more games are growing up stories can we take? They also realise that gaming already has its own staggeringly talented creative types whose genius absolutely deserve wider exposure. So that's what brings us here to London's prestigious and newly refurbished Royal Festival Hall. Tonight, as part of the oddly fragmented London Games Festival, a sellout crowd will be treated to a suite of the finest video games music in history, performed by the London Philharmonium.
We want to try to break the mold, you know. We don't want to just, you know, put on a symphony, orchestral, you know, posh performance and everybody's in tuxedos and everyone's got a golf clap, you know. We promote cheering, we promote, you know, fun and entertainment.
Tonight's set list covers the entire history of video games music, from classic arcade titles all the way to the unreleased StarCraft 2. But the headline act is a true modern classic. With exclusive access to the final rehearsals, we're able to get a privileged look on stage as the orchestra rattles through Marty O'Donnell's undulating Halo score.
There's a score that has music from Halo 1 and 2, which happens towards the end. I think at the very end they're going to do a new suite from just Halo 3 music. So that's very new. I was working on that with Tommy and Jack just before we got on the plane to go to Paris. So this is pretty much hot off the presses music. So I'm looking forward to hearing it. It came from a little bit of desperation. The guy I worked with, Joe Staten, who is one of the writers and sort of cinematic directors at Bungie, said that he said he was going to try to do something with the epic, mysterious, and ancient. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to remember those 3 words and see if I can come up with something.
So, with the last of the Halo trilogy now complete, is Marty sad that it's all over?
You know, we've been working on Halo, and especially this trilogy storyline for close to 10 years now. So it's almost unbelievable to think that it's come to a close.
As affecting as Halo is, though, there's plenty of others to get those hairs on the back of the neck standing up. And Harry Gregson Williams' imperious Metal Gear theme is one. But sometimes, only the golden oldies will do. Sonic's greatest hits have been strung together by Britsoft music hero Richard Jacques. An important figure on the scene, Jacques was responsible for the first ever live symphonic game soundtrack with Sega's Headhunter, and he's most recently been pumping out the fat tunes for Mass Effect and forthcoming Sega title The Club. Tonight he's keeping things simple, booting the orchestra off the stage to take to the Steinway with his jazzy brass ensemble for the amazing Outrun Mega Mix.
I think there was always a little bit of a stigma that video game music was not very good. And, you know, the music that you hear at the concert tonight is as good as any modern day film music, you know. I mean, the quality is really up there.
As well as being an award-winning composer, Richard Jacques is also an internet superstar. It's a cross he bears with great dignity.
Sega fans, just like Nintendo, they're really hardcore fans, but I get tons and tons of really nice emails from all over the world. You know, I really like Sonic 3D, I really like MSR or Jet Set Radio, whatever. And it's great that they take the time to contact me. So yeah, I'm comfortable with it, and I hope they'll still be, you know, coming to concerts in the next 10 years.
With the curtain call approaching, the crowds are now, well, crowding into the foyer. The organisers may claim that they're appealing to an audience way beyond traditional gamers, but these look like traditional gamers to us. Still, with the event a sellout, who cares if it's all stinky geeks? Take it away, guys. We'd love to show you more action from the main event, but this is all we're allowed, sadly. Suffice to say, the audience cheer, people punch the air with delight, and some fat kid comes on stage to play a live version of Frogger with orchestral accompaniment. Spellbinding stuff.
You know, Video Games Live is like the power and emotion of a symphony orchestra, combined with the energy and excitement of a rock concert, mixed with the technology, cutting-edge visuals, interactivity, and fun that video games provide. And you mix all that together, and that's what Video Games Live is.
The other good thing about having a camera with you at these things is, well, you can just put people on the spot.
Grade 8 distinction euphonium, grade 7 distinction trombone. Let me play on one of your records.
Well, you're a trombone player too. Well, maybe I'm going to be hopefully remixing a lot of old Sega music I did for an album release next year. If that sounds good, drop me a line.
That's it, Jakes. On the record, I'm in your band. Get in.